So, hey, Sean, how are you?
I'm good, Kieran. How's it going?
Very good, thank you. Yeah, nice to see you again, as always.
Yeah, and you, mate?
Good. So, to start off with, can you just give like a bit of background about your business and the types of customers that you look after, if that would be okay?
Yeah, so as you said, mainly corporate, but all in the TV production field.
Right.
So yeah, I deal with a lot of clients that have to go out filming in various locations. So yeah, that's pretty much the majority of my business. I'd say, yeah, but actually all of my business is TV production. So,
And I'm assuming some of those various locations can sometimes be quite tricky places to get to, right?
Very, yeah.
Right.
Never straightforward. So yeah, there are a lot of far out places, especially for obviously the Ben Fogle New Lives in the Wild production that I work on. It's called New Lives in the Wild. So obviously it is locations that are quite difficult to get to. So yeah, it's a challenge, but it's keeps me on my toes, but it's a fun challenge.
Well, I noticed last week, I think that you had a really nice marketing spin-off as a result of supporting Ben Fogle and the team on that show, in that your name was mentioned alongside Travel Counsellors in the show credits. Is that right?
Yes, yeah, I finally managed to get on the credits. So I've been working with them for about 5 or 6 years now. So I've built up a really good relationship with them. Obviously, during the pandemic, it's been a bit different the way we work, because it's been difficult to find out where we can go, where we can't go. But yeah, I managed to get onto the credits, which was amazing.
Good stuff. Well, hopefully you'll pick up lots of other opportunities as a result of that. And I'm sure that they've got many more shows to come. So thinking about this moment in time, what sort of things have you had to do to take care of like production teams and people that are still traveling through COVID? Because we all know that corporate travel as a sector has dropped down a bit, but there have been essential travelers that have carried on doing business throughout that time. So what sort of things have you had to navigate?
Yeah, so my clients have still been traveling when they can, because obviously they need to film. So so yeah, it's been difficult, but I suppose my relationship's changed a little bit, because normally they would just send me a place like, we're going to go here, can you get us there? Get us there. Whereas this time it's more like we need places where we need to go. So it's more like I'm helping them suggest places to go to. So I've been more part of the process, I would say, which has been quite good. So I've had to sort of research the different locations as to if they can go there for a start, all the stuff about self-isolating and all that. So yeah,
That's really interesting, actually. So even the TV production industry has had to pivot during this time and change the way that they approach. And I mean, who'd have thought leveraging incremental expertise from their travel partner, right, about where they should be going and how they should be doing business. So I've heard that from other TCs, having to really broaden and extend the types of service that they offer to their customers, right?
Yeah, well, definitely, because as I said before, it was just sort of book a flight and help with the accommodation, whereas now you've got to really research the location and what the rules and regulations are, and if you need a COVID test, and if you have to self-isolate. So yeah, it's definitely added another factor to things.
Yeah,
even today I've been on the phone to them trying to work out a place to go to for the next filming. So it's just, it's
crazy. It's such a dynamic moment in time, isn't it? That the rules and regulations and things change. I mean, even over this weekend, right? Things change very
constantly
quickly.
Changing.
So, good for you for being at the table with them and being able to influence and support that. So thinking about your other clients that have continued to travel, what have you done to try and kind of keep them safe during this time?
So I had a lot of other clients that were flying to and from Antigua. So obviously they all needed COVID tests, basically. That was quite a challenge due to the fact that they were all flying out every Sunday. There was flying back and forth. It was like an 8-week reality TV show, basically. And they were flying back and forth every Sunday. But on Friday, they had to find out if they had the COVID positive or negative test. So I would be changing flights up until literally the time they left. So that was obviously quite a challenge, that one. But obviously with keeping them safe and that, there was different things I'd had to do. Like I had to book them 2 rows apart and that sort of stuff. Like the camera crew weren't allowed to sit next to each other. They had to be different, two rows apart and that sort of stuff. So that was just the sort of different part of what I'd have to do during COVID.
So this is, for me, this is a real differentiator of travel counsellors, actually, right? That your normal MO would likely be to go above and beyond for your customers, which is why you've got such like deep relationships with them, why they trust you so much. You are their trusted travel partner, right?
Yeah.
And I guess during this crisis, you haven't operated any differently, I don't think, than you would normally.
No.
Right?
Exactly the same. Yeah, exactly. That's probably why I've built such a good relationship with them. And they trust me. They trust me to sort of do the right research and look into these locations and do them good. So yeah, it's worked out quite well, really, with my good relationship with them.
And no doubt that will serve you well in being able to retain those customer relationships for the long term, and also pick up incremental new business over the months and years to come.
Yeah, I've already setting up a new client, hopefully to sign up this month. That's come off the back of helping with this Ben Fogel New Lives in the Wild program. So yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, it should all look rosy in the future.
Oh, good stuff, Sean.
When we finally get through COVID.
Yeah, well, we will, no doubt.
We will, yeah.
Got to be on the tail end of it now. But your positive attitude and energy is energizing me, right? So I hope that we can take some of that and use it to encourage other people within the TC community, and also people that are thinking about becoming a travel counsellor, because it's a really unique moment in time to be starting your own business. Yeah. Might feel like a scary leap to do that right now, right? But there are many travel counsellors like yourself that are really successfully running a business during this time and getting themselves fit for the future and ready to kind of bounce back when we can, right? Yeah.
People are still traveling, and it is a big leap of faith. I understand that, and it's something that I took that leap of faith, and it's the best thing I've ever done. Being able to
I can see this. It's I love
it. Like just having the flexibility to work my own hours, and the fact that if I do get a quick email at 11 o'clock at night, I can quickly reply, and the clients love that. So it's just having the flexibility and be able to spend more time with
and as it's your own business, equally you're very vested to reply to that email late at 100%. Night, because you can balance your workload and your time for the rest of the day, right?
Exactly, 100%.
Just to suit your own needs, which is really good. So in terms of 2021, you seem pretty ebullient about the future, right? And this year, thinking forward, let's project forward like 6 months. Let's assume that vaccine rollout's been pretty successful. I'm assuming that business is looking good for you.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. So I've got a new corporate hopefully coming on this month. And obviously with all the pent up demand of all my other clients that haven't been able to travel in production, because I have had a few that can't travel. They're gonna, I know for a fact, I've been keeping in contact with them, so I know for a fact that when the sort of vaccines do work and they can travel again, the world does open up, they've got a lot of catching up to do, filming to do. Right.
So you're I guess feeling that pent up demand, right?
Yes.
You know that's gonna.
Yeah, it's all gonna kick off.
Good stuff. So one final quick question while I've got you. In terms of going out and winning new customers, how are you going about doing that? Is it mainly via referrals because of the great service that you're providing? Is that how you're doing it?
Yeah, referrals, and I've done a bit of research myself. So I've had a look at the production companies that I work with, if they're affiliated with any other companies, which generally in media they are. So then I've tried to find a contact within that company and just drop them a line and just say, look, I work with various companies and that sort of stuff, and that seemed to have worked actually. So but generally is referrals, but a little bit of research on my behalf as well. Yeah,
and I think people feel comfortable, right, if they know that you have expertise in that sector and that industry. And with
it's a way in, definitely.
With your name up in the big lights now, right? Hopefully that will lead to lots of opportunities in the future.
Hopefully,
Sean, you've really made my day speaking to you today, right? You're such a positive guy. We think you're doing a great job running your TC business. So I wish you the best of luck as we carry on with 2021. And we really appreciate having you as part of the family. Okay.
Brilliant. Cheers, Kieran. Thanks for that, mate.